special guest today who will have a conversation and share us how he has succeeded in entrepreneurship and also share the recipe of how do young entrepreneurs need to charter their roadmap so that they become one of the successful entrepreneurs in days to come. So, Sanjeev ji, welcome on behalf of Gujarat Innovation and Entrepreneurship Hub, on behalf of Government of Gujarat, Department of Higher Education, and also from all the incubators, startup community from the state of Gujarat.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I have a special connection to Gujarat and Ahmedabad. I studied 2 years at Ahmedabad, so I have a special affinity. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. And I will just introduce you first to all our speakers, all our participants, and then we'll start the conversation. So for all the viewers, for your information, and you know Sanjeev ji very well, he's a very celebrated entrepreneur. Sanjeev ji is founder of InfoEdge India Limited, the company that owns Naukri.com, the famous internet company, India's leading job site. It also owns 99acres.com, Jeevansathi.com, Shiksha.com. In addition, it has invested in promising internet startups like Zomato, Policybazaar, Top Kirana, Ustra, Gramophone, Frinto, and many more. So you can realize that after being successful entrepreneur, he's also helping a lot of people to become successful entrepreneurs down the line. Sanjeev schooled at St. Columbia School in New Delhi. He studied economics at St. Stephen's in Delhi University, 81 to 84th batch, and began his career working in advertising with Lintas. He then went to IIM Ahmedabad, rightly mentioned he spent 2 years in the city of Ahmedabad and graduated in 1989 to join the consumer marketing firm HMM Limited, now called GlaxoSmithKline. He quit his job for entrepreneurship 18 months later. For the first 7 years, Sanjeev drifted and did a number of small businesses, from salary surveys to databases to feasibility studies to training. For a brief period, he was the consulting editor of Avenues, the career supplement of the Pioneer newspaper. So he did a wide spectrum of things those 5-6 years. In 1997, InfoEdge launched Naukri.com and transformed itself into an internet company. It was, for all other viewers at that time, internet was a completely new orbit altogether. Starting off from a solvent quarter above a garage and then seed capital of 2,000 rupees, way back in 1997, the company grew and attracted investment from leading venture capitalists. It was the first internet company to list in Indian stock exchange by then. Today, InfoEdge employs over 4,000 people and has a market capitalization of US $4 billion. Sanjeev is an active in various industry forums and is a contributor to the entrepreneurship ecosystem. He has served as the president of TiE Delhi chapter, the Indus Entrepreneurship Network. He also served as the member of the Global Board of Trustees of TiE Global. He serves as member of Council of Management of All India Management Association, AIMA. He has been chair of the Internet Council of NASCOM. He also served as the Venture Capital Investment Committee of SIDBI Fund of Funds, which you might have heard about from the Startup India program. Sanjeev is also a member of board of CAI, the IIM Ahmedabad's flagship incubation program. Apart from this, Sanjeev is also engaged in philanthropy. He is founding trustee of Asoka University, one of the League A university in India. He is a member of the board of Chintan, a not-for-profit organization that works with West speakers in Delhi. He supports 1947 Partition Archive, a not-for-profit that is building an oral history archive consisting of video interviews of people who experienced partition. He also supports several other non-profit organizations. So a wonderful human being and a very accessible, successful entrepreneur. Sanjeev ji has received various awards and honors. And Sanjeev, along with the partner Hitesh Oberoi, won the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Award in 2008 for business transformation. Sanjeev also won the DataQuest Pathbreaker Award and the Teachers Achievement Award for business in the same year. In 2011, he was conferred the Distinguished Alumni Award of IIM Ahmedabad. And in 2012, he was honored with CF Andrews Distinguished Alumnus Award at St. Stephen's College. I'm sure your college might be quite proud, Sanjeev, to see what you have done in life. He is the recipient of Lakshmipat Singhania IIM Lucknow National Leadership Award as Young Leader in Business category for the year 2012. In 2017, Outlook magazine selected him as one of India's 50 greatest CEO ever. Recently, in 2019, he was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award IT given by Financial Times. And as all of you are aware, last year, Government of India declared him as the third highest civilian owner of the country called Padma Shri. very soon he's going to receive it. The COVID thing has, COVID, after COVID, the formal function will be held. So thank you, Sanjeev. I mean, your name speaks itself that how one inspiring and aspiring youth in 90s could really build a company from India and create a benchmark. So having said that, all of our people are keen to learn about you, how you did, what you did. So before I start conversing with some questions, would you like to share some initial comment from your
side? What मैं जो कहना चाहूँगा, what I'd like to say is that I am a regular middle class boy. My father was in the government. My mother was a homemaker. I did not have any great wealth growing up or access to capital. I think जो कुछ भी हुआ है, I have been lucky, I have been fortunate, God has been kind, I've had great colleagues and mentors. But, it's possible by sheer hard work and dedication, commitment and education in this country. I think what this country has achieved over the last 70, 75 years is it has created a somewhat of a ladder of meritocracy, where if you work hard, you can get admission to good places, get a good education, whether it is the IITs or the IIMs or Delhi University or any other college, right? And then after that, if you work hard and continue to work hard and be committed, you can achieve. So I think everybody in this country can achieve. You have to put in the effort. You have to be smart enough, but you can make it happen. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. You're on mute, Ranmay.
Sorry. I think you started with the right note that India is now poised to give platforms to young people on merit basis. And that's a very, and you rightly mentioned, coming from a humble background, middle class background, you demonstrated the way how hard work can pay off, how you can leverage. So Sanjeev ji, will start with a few basic questions. How important was your education and environment around you in the early years? And how that instilled to aim so big in life, despite so many constraints in India in 90s, and particularly aspired to be a successful entrepreneur? How was that scenario at that time?
I think I'm very fortunate that I went to the education institutions I went to, both school, college, and post-graduation. So my parents were refugees from Sindh, right? And they had not come with any wealth at all. My father had got a scholarship to go to college, and so he became a doctor. And he did the next safest thing. He joined the government of India in 1950. So it's not as if there was any family wealth or capital. My parents would tell us, that listen, we can only give you a good education. Beyond that, it's up to you. There's nothing to inherit. So work hard. So we were always told to work hard. I went to a school where we were encouraged to work hard, at academics, and so were all my friends in school, and which is why one worked hard, and one got through to good places because we worked hard. I think my teachers, my peers, my parents, the institutions I went to have a big role in enabling me to get where I am.
Wonderful. So I think, as you mentioned, institutions plays a very vital role in terms of molding not only your professional character but also personal characters, and that's quite important. That's quite important. And probably your IIM days at that time, IIM was an institute management was a different IIM altogether. But then most of the people, for them, the option could have been going to a multinational because that was the market opening phase, right? And
actually, I graduated in '89 before liberalization. So there were multinationals, but not like today.
Yeah, not like today.
But yes, it was aspirational to join a multinational. A lot of people did go to multinationals.
So that was a lucrative option. But then you decided to go in a different unconventional way in starting entrepreneurship. What was that kick at that moment?
Well, it had been a dream from a very young age when I was in school that I will one day be independent and start my own company. It was a fuzzy dream. But I worked for 3 years before going to IIM. And I worked for almost 2 years after IIM. And, both were in large multinational corporations. 5 years I did there. And, I was increasingly coming to the conclusion that I do not want to spend the rest of my career working as, as an employee in a large company. Right? I wanted to do something on my own. So, ये मुझे realization जब मुझे जागा, I was more and more convinced. So after 2 years in GlaxoSmithKline, then HMM, I finally took the plunge and became an entrepreneur. And that was something which was very dear to my heart. Ki main kuch apna karunga.
So when you decided this, how was the family's reaction? How was the society around you at that time?
There are entrepreneurs by inheritance. Family is in business, so you will do a business. There are entrepreneurs by caste and community. This community is a business community. And if you're an educated person and not from a business family, right? Chances are you'd go work as an employee somewhere in government, in private sector, wherever. You will be a professional, perhaps you'll be a lawyer, a doctor, a CA, but you will not become an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship was not mainstream at that time for people who had got an education from an IIT or an IIM, unless you're from a business family. Very few did that. So in that sense, it was something new. I must say I had the wholehearted support of my entire family. Nobody ever put pressure on me that, listen, why are you doing this? Why aren't you earning a monthly salary? I went for, in the first 10 years, for 6 years, I could not take a salary. Kabhi tankha milti thi, kabhi nahi milti thi. So all those things happened, but nobody ever put pressure on me. I think they allowed me to pursue my dreams. I think entrepreneurs need supportive families, especially if you're a first generation entrepreneur.
Wonderful. I think all the first generation entrepreneurs, when they meet us in Gujarat, they ask us the same question, that is it that we are facing the trouble or everybody? So I think everybody has the same constraints, but if you get your back from family, friends, and people who trust you, that really adds a lot of energy behind you.
That's correct. That is correct.
Sanjeev ji, so you come from a management background and studied at St. Stephen's, and I remember it was 1996, 1997. You thought to create an internet company, Naukri.com, coming not from a hard tech background, but still figuring out what will happen on internet down the line. How was that idea? What that idea came through?
See, I quit my job in 1990. We launched Naukri in 1997. So for the first 7 years, I drifted and did a whole lot of small stuff. I had no big idea. Right? Salary surveys, databases, trademark searches, writing, teaching, training, consulting. मैंने बहुत कुछ किया just to stay afloat. Naukri also, when we started, it was one more small idea. It was, in my head, it was not a big idea. मैंने 20 छोटी चीजें कर दी, 21 भी ठीक है. Right? Now, in hindsight, when I look back at it, what I'd like to tell people is that successful businesses are built on deep customer insights. You observe the customer, you talk to the customer, maybe you have been a customer yourself, right? And you get an insight about an unsolved problem, an unsatisfied need, unmet need, a gap in the market. But that insight is coming to you from the customer, where you are convinced, if I do this, I know the customer will buy. Right? So, in 1990, when I was in my last job, I used to observe that when the office copy of Business India magazine would come in, everybody would read it from the back. Har koi piche se padta tha. Because there were 35 to 40 pages of appointment ads at the back of Business India in those days. And I found this strange behavior. These are people who are happy in their jobs, who are working in a good company. This is pre-liberalization. There aren't so many options, right? Why on earth are they reading the appointment ads first? उनको apply तो करना नहीं है, but फिर भी देखेंगे और फिर discuss करेंगे. तो उससे मुझे insight आया कि jobs are a high interest category of information. Even if you're not looking for a job, you will at least do window shopping. You will see, discuss, benchmark. करोगे आप.
Aspiration है.
Aspiration नहीं भी है. You want to reassurance चाहिए कि भाई I'm doing all right.
Right.
Right. So when I saw the internet for the first time in 1996, अभी आया था इंडिया में, I got the idea immediately that if one were to take job ads, appointment ads from all the published sources in India, हर एक newspaper, हर एक magazine से, जहाँ publish होते हैं, right, and put it on the internet all together in one place and keep it live for 30 days. अखबार तो एक दिन में खत्म हो जाता है, right? You can go back and see the ad after 1 week also if you put it on the internet. I said कि अगर हम इकट्ठा कर दें सारा from all over India, one database, one website, तो लोग आएंगे वेबसाइट पे, और हमने वही किया. So there's a organization in Delhi called Central News Agency, which gets newspapers and magazines from all over India and abroad. So one of our peons would go there every day and get that day's newspapers and magazines, which were from all over India, which had appointment ads. And we knew that on this weekday, in this publication, in this city, you get appointment ads. So we knew we had a whole thing charted out. If Monday hai to ye lao, Tuesday hai to ye lao, and so on and so forth. And we used to input the jobs in our own words to prevent a copyright issue and put it up, and traffic would come. So उस समय we had no idea where it will go. उस समय ना कोई internet was just 14,000 accounts in the country, right? There was no .com valuation, there was no venture capital. हम तो ये कर रहे थे ऐसे, और traffic आ रहा था, right? And then one day after 6 months, we launched in April '97. In September '97, I got a call. उस समय ऑफिस बड़ा छोटा था, घर पे था. It was an 8-year waiting list for a telephone. So telephone line भी कम थी, so it was on my desk, all the landline. And mobiles were too expensive. So I used to pick up every phone. So phone baja, and I picked it up. And there was a voice at the other end saying, I am so-and-so, मैं नाम भूल गया हूँ, but I am from so-and-so company in Pune. It was a mid-sized automotive component company. मैं नाम भूल गया. You have taken my jobs in the past from newspapers and I have got good response. But I have got 6 jobs that are not advertised in अखबार में, मैंने डाले नहीं है. अगर मैं आपको भेज दूं तो आप डाल देंगे वेबसाइट पे? तो मेरे से मुंह से निकल गया कि सर डाल देंगे लेकिन थोड़े पैसे लगेंगे. कितने पैसे? तो मैं अगेन आई वाज थिंकिंग माय फीट नाउ. अब मैंने बोल दिया 350 रुपए पर जॉब. अच्छा. Okay, that was spontaneous. Well, 350 rupees was spontaneous, but it was also, you see, it has to be cheaper than a newspaper classified. It has to be, so when immediately I thought on my feet and said 350 rupees. True. And this became the price of a single job listing in Naukri for the next 10 years. Oh. Without too much thinking. Wonderful. Right? तो उन्होंने 2100 रुपए का डीडी भेजा 6 जॉब्स के साथ by courier. हमने डाल दिया. He was happy. And then we sent out letters, dug out all the past ads जो पिछले 6 महीने में डाले थे, उनके एड्रेस निकाले और सबको चिट्ठी भेजी by post.
At that time it might be post card, yeah. No email, yeah.
Yes, no email then, right? So, like this is the internet, this is Naukri, हम ये करते हैं, ये format है, आप भेज दीजिए. 350 rupees single job, 6,000 रुपए annual subscription, unlimited jobs. So money began to come in. So we did 2.5 lakh rupees of revenue in the first year. हमने अप्रैल से सितंबर फ्री थे हम. सितंबर में we began to charge. We were still taking free from अखबार. अगर अखबार मतलब फ्री है, लेकिन अगर डायरेक्टली दिया तो पैसे हैं. तो हमने 2,35,000 का टर्नओवर किया in the last 6 months of that financial year. अगले साल this jumped to 18 lakhs. Now I had never seen, now आजकल लगता है 2.5 लाख बहुत कम है या 18 लाख बहुत कम है, और उस जमाने में काफी था.
Yeah, that's big money.
Right? And 18 lakhs we were breaking even. I couldn't take a salary, but we were breaking even.
Yeah.
Right? So I had never seen anything go 7x in 1 year, even of a small base.
Even VCs will not get it, huh?
No. But but 18 lakh by today's standards is very small, but then it was okay.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when I realized 1998 में by accident we have stumbled upon what might be a big idea.
True.
तो ये जो 7 साल की तपस्या थी, 7 साल का ट्रायल लेना था, शायद वो खत्म हो रहा है. We have found what we want to do. So 98 में we said we are an internet company. हमने बाकी सब कुछ बंद कर दिया जो हम कोशिश कर रहे थे, बस इसी में फोकस करेंगे. And 98 में we became an internet company. So was there a vision? Answer is no, boss. We had no clue कि इंटरनेट कितना बड़ा होगा. हमने तो एक एक्सपेरिमेंट ट्राई किया था, वो चल गया. तब हमें महसूस हुआ कि शायद ये बड़ा हो सके.
वंडरफुल. मतलब ये बहुत इंस्पायरिंग कहानी है सर. आप कह रहे हैं कि मतलब शुरू में जब आपको क्लैरिटी ना हो तो हाथ पैर चलाते रहो. बिल्कुल. कंसिस्टेंटली मतलब आप अपने गट फीलिंग के साथ कस्टमर फेसिंग होके आप अपना बिजनेस मॉडल वैलिडेट करते रहो. आपने कहा 7 साल लगा, एंड देन 8वीं साल में यू गॉट समथिंग व्हिच डिफाइंस व्हाट यू आर फॉर, राइट? सो आई थिंक दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एट्रीब्यूट फॉर एवरी एंटरप्रेन्योर. समटाइम संजीव जी, बहुत सारे एंटरप्रेन्योर हमारे पास आते हैं, पर्टिकुलरली यंग, वो कहते हैं 6 महीने से कर रहा हूँ, ट्रैक्शन नहीं मिल रहा है, क्या करना है? सो आई थिंक दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट वी आर मेकिंग, दैट you just need to keep lean and experimenting.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. So I think the most important quality of an entrepreneur is persistence. लगे रहो, अंत में अच्छे दिन आएंगे.
अच्छे दिन आएंगे, राइट? ट्रू ट्रू, आई मीन दैट्स ट्रू. मोदी जी आल्सो सेइंग. एंड सर, ये जो आपकी जर्नी रहा, आप एक छोटा सा सर्वेंट क्वार्टर के गैरेज से 2000 की सीड कैपिटल से चालू किया, आज 4000 लोग हैं, यूएस $4 बिलियन की मार्केट कैप है. इस जर्नी के बीच में ऐसे तो 1-2 पल आए होंगे जहां पे लगा होगा कि यार कुछ तो किया, मतलब some moments you really feel to cherish. This is something that we really did well. Any 1 or 2 moment of pride?
See, देखो, when you're working, you don't sit back and relax and say, oh, this is great. Because there are always continuous challenges, there's always competition, there's always areas of improvement. अब देखिए, अब कोविड आ गया है, अब हमारा बिलिंग डाउन है, अब नया चैलेंज है. इससे पहले 10-12 साल पहले वाज द ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस, राइट? तो उससे पहले बीच में इकोनॉमिक स्लोडाउन, 2000 में मेल्टडाउन. तो देयर आर ऑलवेज चैलेंजेस, राइट? सो आई थिंक द की इज टू कंटिन्यूअसली अब आप थिंक लाइक अ बैट्समैन, कि भाई पैड पहनो एंड गो आउट देयर एंड फेस द नेक्स्ट बॉल. एंड बाद में देखेंगे सर, जब खत्म हो जाए तो फिर
देखेंगे. 50 over game, and till the game is not over, you can always score high, and there is no score which is best and there is no score which is lowest,
Absolutely. And if you're beaten by 1 ball, doesn't matter. You pad up and face the next ball. Yeah, agla ball aayega.
Absolutely, and that's why cricket team needs one Tendulkar and also one Rahul Dravid also. It needs to be consistency is something that pays off.
Absolutely, persistence, consistency. 10 साल लगे रहो, 20 साल लगे रहो, हो जाएगा.
Wonderful. तो यहाँ पे एक इंटरेस्टिंग सवाल आता है सर, कि जैसे आपने कहा 7 साल की कोर्सेज, एंड फिर एक यूरेका मोमेंट आता है कि ये करना है. तो आज की तारीख में जब हम यंग और स्टार्टअप्स को सपोर्ट करते हैं, बिकॉज ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात वी आल्सो गिव देम सीड फंड्स एंड ऑल, तो जो 3-4 साल की ऑपरेशन के बीच में जितने भी स्टार्टअप्स हैं, करीब 400-500 स्टार्टअप्स को हमने फंडिंग भी किया है गुजरात में. व्हाट वुड बी द 3 की सजेशन दैट यू वुड लाइक टू गिव, कि भाई ये 3 तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा?
I think the first thing is everything starts with the customer, right? If you're not in touch with your customer, the best ideas come from customers. The customer बोलेगा आपको कि मुझे क्या चाहिए, और आप आपको दे देंगे तो वो आपको पैसे दे देगा. Now the customer may not say so explicitly, but you have to observe, you have to understand, you have to dig deep and get that customer insight. So first thing is everything starts with the customer. Second thing is, बड़ी कंपनी बनाने में 10, 15, 20 साल लगते हैं, तो keep at it.
Wonderful.
Right? The third thing is that the customer's money is better than the investor's money. आजकल हम सब वेंचर कैपिटल के पीछे भागते हैं, but actually so many big companies did not get venture capital, but they still became big companies. आप देख लीजिए, इन्फोसिस को देखिए, HCL को देखिए, रिलायंस को देखिए, did not have venture capital. They started with customer money. थोड़ा बहुत अपना लगाया, फिर कस्टमर से पैसा आया. But you cannot get customer money if you're not in touch with the customer and you don't know what to sell him, and you don't make what he wants. So stay in touch with the customer. तो अगर कस्टमर का पैसा आ रहा है और रिपीटेडली आ रहा है और इस प्राइस पे आ रहा है, जैसे आपके खर्चे निकल आए और थोड़ा मार्जिन बने, जिसे आजकल जार्गन में बोलते हैं यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स, राइट? तो चांसेस आर यू हैव अ वायबल बिजनेस इफ यू कैन गेट इनफ कस्टमर्स, राइट? और अगर कस्टमर का पैसा आ रहा है तो इन्वेस्टर का पैसा जरूर आएगा, अगर आपको चाहिए तो, बिकॉज इन्वेस्टर्स लव टू इन्वेस्ट बिहाइंड बिजनेसेस दैट आर गेटिंग कस्टमर मनी. बट अगर इन्वेस्टर का पैसा आया, इट डज नॉट नेसेसरली मीन कस्टमर का पैसा आएगा. Because investor का पैसा आना is about impressing a couple of MBAs across the table here. But customer is unforgiving. Customer will not give you money unless he or she is convinced, and they will not give you money a second time unless the first time it works for them.
वंडरफुल। इनफैक्ट यहाँ पे एक मेरे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन का आपने पार्शियल जवाब भी दे दिया। मैं ये समझने की कोशिश कर रहा था कि आपने अपनी यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स को सही रखते हुए कस्टमर्स को ऑनबोर्ड किया, बिजनेस चालू किया, एंड यू आर अमंग द फ्यू कंपनीज एट दैट टाइम इन इंडिया हु आल्सो गॉट वीसी फंड्स। तो आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी सही होंगे शुरुआती दिनों से। सो व्हाट वर
एक्चुअली हमने Naukri.com को 3 साल चलाया, और हमें वीसी पैसा नहीं चाहिए था, तो हमें पहले इंक्वायरी आई कि साहब हम पूंजी लगाना चाहते हैं, हमने मना कर दिया। फिर जब कंपटीशन ने लॉन्च किया, दैट्स व्हेन वी सेड ओके वी नीड द मनी टू कम्पीट। तो हम मार्केट में वापस गए और फिर वीसी पैसा उठाया। तो पहले 3 साल नहीं उठाया हमने पैसा, एंड वी आर नॉट इंक्लाइंड ऑल्सो, बिकॉज वी वर हैप्पी। हम ब्रेक इवन कर रहे थे, हम प्रॉफिट कर रहे थे, हमारी ग्रोथ आ रही थी। बट व्हेन कंपटीशन रेज्ड एंड लॉन्च्ड विद $7 million, दैट्स व्हेन वी रियलाइज्ड वो गेम बदल गया। और अगर गेम बदल गया, हमको पैसे चाहिए होंगे। दैट्स व्हेन वी रेज मनी।
वंडरफुल। सो फिर आपने इन्फोएज को स्टॉक इंडिया का पहला इंटरनेट कंपनी था जो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में लिस्ट हुआ। वो भी एक बहुत ही हिस्टोरिक मोमेंट है, मतलब उस टाइम पे को स्टॉक में लेना। और कई बार क्या होता है कि जब आप उसी इंडस्ट्री लीग में पहला एंटरप्रेन्योर होते हो और आपको सक्सीड करना होता है, तो सब कुछ आपको करना है, मतलब पीपल एवरीबॉडी कम्स बिहाइंड यू। सो आपको चैलेंजेस भी आई होगी बिकॉज एट दैट टाइम रेगुलेटरी एंड लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, क्योंकि मेकिंग द फर्स्ट इंटरनेट कंपनी इन इंडिया लिस्टेड इन स्टॉक, हाउ वाज दैट एक्सपीरियंस एट दैट टाइम एंड व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड यू टू गो टू स्टॉक?
नहीं, देखिए, हमने जो वेंचर कैपिटल उठाया था, तो उसमें तो अग्रीमेंट क्लॉज था कि हम विल आइदर गो पब्लिक और वी विल सेल द कंपनी, बिकॉज इन्वेस्टर को एग्जिट चाहिए। जो इन्वेस्टर जो आता है उसको एग्जिट चाहिए इन अ फाइनाइट टाइम होराइजन, और उसने किसी और से पैसे लिए होते हैं, वापस करने होते हैं। सो हमको कंपनी बेचनी नहीं थी, हमको इंडिपेंडेंट रखनी थी, हमको बड़ी कंपनी नहीं। वी वांटेड टू बिल्ड अ वर्ल्ड क्लास, वर्ल्ड स्केल कंपनी आउट ऑफ इंडिया। दैट वाज आवर गोल, दैट वाज आवर ड्रीम, एंड वी सेड वी विल बी इंडिपेंडेंट because that's how we can best achieve that, and we don't need to sell out to a foreign company, right? Offers बड़े आए पर हमने मना कर दिया। तो IPO तो जरूरी था, we had to do it, otherwise investor को exit कैसे देते हैं?
True. And that too at that time.
हाँ, और लेकिन you have to do it in some X number of years, otherwise and and I'm very happy to say that ICICI Venture, which is an Indian venture capital firm, invested in an Indian company, and they got 28.5x return in 6.5 years.
6.5 years, 29 गुना return.
Which was for a long time was the highest ever return for any venture capitalist in India across any company, any industry, for in early stage for a long time. I think 10-12 साल तक वो record था. So we are very happy that our investors benefited. And देखिए, शुरू में कठिनाई तो आई, right? जब हम IPO की तैयारी कर रहे थे, तो किसी भी इन्वेस्टर को इंडिया में एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था इंटरनेट कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट करने का, किसी भी पब्लिक मार्केट इन्वेस्टर को। तो जब हम जाते थे, so we did some pre-meetings just to test the market before deciding on IPO, and जो हमें फीडबैक मिलता था was quite discouraging कि साहब ये इंटरनेट क्या है, why should we value the way you are valued? IT services, IT products, IT services, software products, internet, सब same है हमारे mind में. Now in the overseas markets, they're all very different, and they got different multiples, different valuations, right? So I was categorically told by one guy, boss, एक मिनट, you are not Infosys. I said, no, we are not Infosys. You are InfoEdge. InfoEdge. InfoEdge is not Infosys. No, Info is not Infosys. तो Infosys का मल्टीपल क्या है? मैंने बोला 28. ठीक है, तो पहले तो Infosys डिस्काउंट दो। अच्छा, then you are saying that you are InfoEdge. Then you are saying, भाई, give me public market discount. So I will give you a valuation of 13x. आप मांग रहे हो 23x. ये नहीं होगा। So we went back, we thought things through, and then we said, yeah, we need to go to investors who know the internet. So उस समय क्या होता था कि when you went for an IPO roadshow, first you did Bombay, Ahmedabad, and Chennai. Then you went overseas and did a roadshow in London, in New York, in San Francisco, in Hong Kong, and Singapore. तो हमारे बैंकर्स ने बोला कि साहब ऐसा करते हैं, हम उल्टा करते हैं. We will go overseas first. So that's what we did. Went to London, Boston, New York, San Francisco, Hong Kong, Singapore, and then came back. Because वहाँ पे price set हो गया, and that those investors knew the internet. And then we came to Bombay. बीच में दिवाली का break था. Then we came to Bombay after Diwali, and then we went to Ahmedabad and Chennai, and said, देखो ये price set हो गया, and then people came. The same people who were skeptical came. Because see, investors also seek validation. कि अगर वो आ रहा है US से तो ठीक ही होगा.
Wonderful. So I think ये जो strategic मंत्रा है कई बार entrepreneur के लिए, if you are ahead of time or catching a new wave, you must be very very strategic in that sense of where do you आपको आपका पूंछ कहाँ पकड़ना है वो पता होना चाहिए.
Otherwise, and for that I must commend the bankers who took us there first. ये strategy उल्टा करो.
Right. So that's quite powerful. So now is a very interesting question. आपने पूरी अपने कंपनी के लिए VC फंड रेज किया, IPO तक लेके गए, and these days I figured out that you also sits in the investment committee of CDB Venture Fund, right?
जी.
The fund of funds which started.
मैं 2 साल रहा हूँ वहाँ पे. अब नहीं हूँ, लेकिन 2 साल था पे.
तो अभी सर वो एक 90s का या मिड 90s का था जब आपने किया, और अभी 2020 में हम बात कर रहे हैं, तो क्या इस देश के लैंडस्केप में सपोर्ट सिस्टम में कुछ बदलाव आया है? डेफिनेटली आया है, बट कितना है?
बहुत बदलाव आया है. देखिए, एक तो यू हैव इनफ सक्सेस स्टोरीज बिफोर यू. You have enough role models, enough mentors, enough organizations like TIE. I mean, a concept like, what the organization where you work, the incubators, the iHub, was not possible in the 90s. Nobody thought of it. Right? So, ये पूरा support system आया है. Very importantly, you have a new class of capital available in India, risk capital. You have seed funds, you have angel funds, you have angel networks, right? You have all these things.
Wonderful.
Okay. So, and then you have VC funds.
Yeah.
So you have many things now, which you did not have earlier. But it also means that it's a more crowded space. There's more competition. So it is true that those of us who were early had to make do with less, but we also had less competition.
And इसमें से एक बात मुझे समझ में आता है कि जब आपकी कोई you don't have an example, but then you have a territory to explore, right? I mean, before you, probably India didn't have an internet company as an example to follow. But then that time, if you get an early mover advantage or at least visualize the future and get something going, every ecosystem probably gives advantage to certain people, but then you need to walk.
Early mover का फायदा भी होता है, early mover risk भी होता है. But in general, I prefer to be early mover.
Yeah. Because then you can play around. You have a white canvas. You can take the brush and paint.
मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, देखो, we were very imperfect, but we were the best.
Wonderful.
So which basically means that if you're early, आप बड़े सारे mistake करोगे, but still you'll be the best because और कोई है नहीं.
तो ये imperfection होते हुए भी best बनना है. ये जो
and then you keep on improving, continuous improvement, daily improvement, weekly improvement, करते रहो.
तो सर शुरुआती दिनों में आपने ये इतना अच्छा विजन लेके कंपनी बनाई, टीम बनाए होंगे, अच्छे टैलेंट्स को एक्वायर किए होंगे, और शुरुआती दिनों में तो टीम्स को देने के लिए बहुत कुछ रिसोर्स भी नहीं होता है. तो how did you manage that? मतलब getting a
I think it's important to मैं बोलता हूँ, the entrepreneur has to be a personal magnet for talent. You have to be the kind of person whom people want to work with. Which means they have to like you, they have to trust you, they have to believe in you, they have to believe in what you want to achieve. You have to empower them, you have to look after them, you have to share the wealth and share the credit. So if I take away the investor dilutions, the VC investor dilution, the IPO dilution, the QIP dilution, we must have given away 35% of the company to people who made it happen.
Wonderful.
Now people talk about giving 3-5% ESOP. उससे काम नहीं चलता. If you want to retain a great team and attract a great team, you will have to share much more.
Wonderful. I think so. That's the way. So your vision is to let everybody own the dream. That really makes a lot of sense sometimes because when you are having a big aim of building a big organization.
Yeah, absolutely. देखिए, in the first 3 years, all the ideas are mine.
Okay.
In the last 3 years, I think all the ideas are other people's.
Wonderful. and the beauty is you allowed that to happen, right?
You can't build a big company if you don't delegate and empower. But you have to delegate to the right people.
Right.
If you start delegating and empower the wrong people, you won't do well. If you get the right people and don't delegate, they won't stay. So you need both. Get the right people and delegate and empower. Give them space.
Wonderful. सर आपने खुद सक्सेसफुल स्टोरी बनाया और उसके बाद आप टाई दिल्ली की प्रेसिडेंट भी थे एंड यू पीपल डिड अ लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट्स टू galvanize the next generation entrepreneur to be focused and right. So थोड़ा सा बताएंगे कि इकोसिस्टम्स में किस तरीके से कोशिशें करी आपने, क्या परिणाम रहा?
नहीं, देखिए, I think it's really important that senior entrepreneurs, people who've been down that path, help others through advice, through time, through mentoring, possibly even investing. But definitely, giving advice at least, right? I mean, for example, today's session is exactly that. Why did I say yes?
Yeah.
I said yes because I said, look, people in the audience may be interested in finding out something. And kya pata main kuch bol दूं, which might help somebody.
True. And
most senior entrepreneurs will give the time.
Wonderful.
Because they want to help others.
Because that instinct and the instinct comes because somebody might have helped you when you needed the most.
Enough people help me. They may not be entrepreneurs, but enough people help me.
Wonderful.
And we all succeed because of our own efforts, but also because others helped. कोई अपने आप अकेले सक्सेसफुल नहीं बनता.
That's quite important, sir. So you also are in the giving back mode now in philanthropy and others. So what are the kind of work that you are doing?
So look, I mean, shuru mein, I was more focused on company Kamyab Ho, right? A company has been financially successful so far, which we are grateful for. Now the truth is that whatever money you have or you have access to, or the wealth you've possibly created, you can't take it with you, right? You got to use it to help other people. And so that is what I think is really important. So Ashoka University hua, TIE hua, Chintan hua, IIM Ahmedabad hua, mera school hua, mera college hua, other charitable causes. So we try and help a number of people. Company also got CSR. So we try and help other people as well. So right now, of course, we are focused a lot on COVID.
Wonderful. So I think आपने सही कहा कि challenges तो आते रहेंगे. COVID is also a tool, and somebody told me that it's वो एक घूम रहा है जिसके बीच में आप या तो अंदर रहेंगे या तो उस churning से निकल के कुछ नया करेंगे. Every time we face challenges, and people like you and others who have succeeded despite odds gives us hopes that even in constraints we can innovate and do things.
See this COVID, the truth is nobody knows who it will infect next, and nobody knows who will be badly infected, and nobody knows who will lose his life or her life, right? We can only take precautions, be safe, and do our best and hope for the best, right?
Wonderful.
And that's what one has to do. Do our best and hope for the best. Take precautions. Be safe. Baki, if something bad happens, it happens. I mean, despite our best efforts and our best precautions.
सर अभी आपने अच्छा सक्सेस करने के बाद इकोसिस्टम में बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स पे इन्वेस्ट भी किए हैं, जैसे कि जोमेटो है, पॉलिसी बाजार है, सब किराना है, ग्रामोफोन है, प्रिंटो है रिसेंटली. सो what do you look when you invest in a young startup in this country today?
So the first and most important question that we ask is कि ये idea कहाँ से आया, right? अब मैंने दीपिंदर गोयल से पहली बार मिला. He is the founder of Zomato. And I asked him, what's the idea कहाँ से आया? And he told me a very interesting story. He said, I was working in Bain Consulting. Dipinder is 2005 batch IIT Delhi. I met him in 2010. So he is 5 years out of IIT. And he said, I was working in Bain Consulting for 3 years. So Bain had an office in Gurgaon. वही 50-60 लोग थे, mostly young, mostly male, mostly single. Working hours were long. आपको lunch भी और dinner भी अक्सर ऑफिस में खाना पड़ता. Because people were single, they had no home support. Very often most people would not bring food from home. There was a cafeteria in the office, but it would not serve food. You could bring your own food and have it. So to make life easy for the employees, the admin team had created a file folder of all the restaurants का जो delivery menu cards है ना, कि ये 80 रेस्टोरेंट है जो यहाँ पे डिलीवर करेंगे, ये उनका मेन्यू कार्ड है एक फाइल में, आप देख के डिसाइड करो और फोन कर दो उनको, खुद ऑर्डर कर लो. सो बिकॉज देयर वाज वन फाइल एंड 60 एम्प्लॉइज, दीपिंदर से यार लाइन लग जाती थी, at lunchtime, and I had to wait 20 minutes to get access to the file to figure out what I wanted to eat. So मैं एक सैटरडे को मैं ऑफिस आया, मैंने सारे मेन्यू कार्ड स्कैन कर लिए और अपने होम पेज पे डाल दिए ऑन द ऑफिस इंटरनेट. 2 दिन बाद वो आईटी इंफ्रा का इंचार्ज जो था वो आया मेरे पास, बॉस व्हाट हैव यू डन, व्हाई इज ऑल द इंटरनल ट्रैफिक गोइंग टू योर पेज? सो ही सेड दैट्स व्हेन द पेनी ड्रॉप्ड. एंड जैसे मेरा आइडिया था बिजनेस इंडिया वाला, I got a customer insight, Deepinder got a customer insight. The aggregation of menu cards has got value. Right? So, वो weekends पे जाता था, menu card उठाता था. And he launched the site with 800 restaurants के menu cards in Delhi, NCR. और traffic तुरंत आ गया. He had built a traffic magnet, just as Naukri built a traffic magnet. So he was getting natural traction. He was solving an unsolved problem. There was a need gap. He got a customer insight. So, एक तो are you solving an unsolved problem? I think that is something we look at. और इस प्रश्न का उत्तर हम तरह से ढूंढते हैं कि are you solving an unsolved problem? तो आइडिया कहाँ से आया is one way to answer, right? This question कि are you solving an unsolved problem? Second is quality of team. Third is, competition क्या है? Fourth is unit economics, customers. Fifth is कोई IP बन रहा है, कोई मोट है, कोई algorithm है, कुछ defensibility है. तो ये हम 4-5 चीजें, उसके बाद 20-30 चीजें हैं जो मुझे much more mind है, but ये 4-5 मेजर चीजें हैं.
वंडरफुल. आपने जो ये बहुत अनोखी चीज बताया कि कहाँ से शुरू हुई स्टोरी, अगर वो कस्टमर वैल्यू पे क्लिक करता है और आप उसको कनेक्ट करते हो पर्सनल जर्नी में, तो एंटरप्रेन्योर उस चीज के पीछे दीवाना की जैसा काम करेगा. अगर आपकी जीवन में वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ है तो आप शायद छोड़ भी दो बीच में, बट अगर आपने उस चीज को रियलाइज किया, then you internalize that story.
Yes, absolutely.
So that Pune wala's call to you and 300 rupees stuck to you, and Defender's homepage crash is something that stuck to him. So I think that moment is the aha moment, like
सर ये जो aha होता है ना, वो हाइंडसाइट में होता है. जब हो रहा होता है ना, तो it is one more day, ये भी ट्राई कर लेते हैं.
Yeah. So,
2 साल बाद, when you look back, that was actually an important moment.
Right. Absolutely. It's such a music to all the ears of all the entrepreneurs listening to you, and this is really inspiring. These are hard-coded holy grail of how you people made successful things.
And Deepinder also came from a very humble. His father was a government school teacher in Punjab, in Muktsar. Mother's a homemaker.
Wonderful. So
from there he got into IIT and he moved up.
And this proves your point that you told India is poised at a point where platforms are available, people are available, on merit you can deliver things.
Yes. So I think India has built for a large number of people a good meritocracy, but there are people below that who don't have access to that meritocracy, and therefore the challenge for the governments and society is to help the really poor, because they don't have access to the meritocracy.
Wonderful. So here is one question that I picked from audience. He says that Sanjeev ji is such a great, successful. He might have referred my introduction to you, and such a stalwart. Still, he finds time for all of us. What keeps him so grounded?
Then I like new ideas. I like young people. I like that gives me energy. So you think I'm being selfless, but I'm being very selfish actually. ये मैं अपने लिए कर रहा हूँ, because I get energized by meeting young people with good ideas.
But that kind of selflessness is very important for this society too.
It is important to help people, I think.
Absolutely, because I remember when I was an undergrad student and built a company in my second year of engineering. Sharmil Gupta was the mentor, and I used to read Rasmi Bansal's books and try to understand from your story what you did and all. So I mean, inspiration matters. I mean, I think that triggers how you should look for when your template is ready.
I think the real inspiration is, look, here are 25 ordinary people who somehow did something. तो अगर उनका स्ट्रगल कामयाब हुआ तो शायद मेरा भी स्ट्रगल कामयाब होगा. तो आई शुड कीप ऑन स्ट्रगलिंग.
तो एक आशावादी माइंडसेट बनता है और एक रेफरेंस.
I think entrepreneurs have to be fundamentally be optimists. You can't be a pessimist and be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You always have to believe the future will be better than the past. अगर आपने लग के मेहनत की तो.
Wonderful. सर, ये एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की सक्सेस के पीछे रैशनैलिटी और इमोशंस का क्या इक्वेशंस रहता होगा? व्हाट फैक्टर मैटर्स मोर?
See, you have to be emotionally involved in your business. Because see, if it's a pure rational call, so you will quit after 2 years. Because हर एक entrepreneur में वो struggle करना पड़ेगा. There are very few entrepreneurs who succeed without a struggle. कि पहले दिन से कामयाब हो गए, तो होता नहीं है. Now there will be times जब तनख्वाह नहीं ले पाओगे. There will be times when you say month end आ रहा है मेरे पास, औरों को तनख्वाह देने की पैसे नहीं है, पेरेंट कहाँ से दूंगा? All that will happen. Right? There will be times when there's no light at the end of the tunnel, but you still have to carry on. You still have to carry on. So for that, at those times to carry on, it's not a rational call. अब मैं आपको दीप कालरा की कहानी सुनाता हूँ. Right? उन्होंने मेक माई ट्रिप चालू किया in the year 2000. Meltdown हुआ. After 2 years, his investor came and said, "Bhai, we are pulling the plug. You give us whatever money you have left back and buy back our shares." Now, Deep could have, any rational person would have shut the company. Deep called all employees and said, "Bhai, ये हो गया है. तो जिन लोगों की तनख्वाह जरूरी है, please look for a job. Because शायद हम कुछ महीने की तनख्वाह दे नहीं पाए." तो जो बच गए उनको उन्होंने स्टॉक दिया और कंपनी दोबारा चालू की ऑलमोस्ट. And he somehow borrowed money and bought out the investor. That is not a rational call. Logically, he should have shut the company. There were times, I'll tell you, first 10 years, मैंने 6 साल तनख्वाह नहीं ली. Between 1993 and between 1997 and 2000. I did a second job. I was working 20-hour days, 7 days a week. So in the year 2000, March 2000, I was financially probably the worst off person in my class when I went over. Na tankha, na assets, kuch nahi tha. Right? So logically, I should have gone back to a job. Because with an IIM Ahmedabad qualification, I could have got a good job. So I think you need rationality. You also need commitment that goes beyond rationality. So you need a slightly irrational commitment, but rational choices after that in terms of strategy and execution.
Wonderful. So एक Facebook लाइव में मैंने एक सवाल देखा अभी एलोरा पांडा इज सेलिंग फ्रॉम भुवनेश्वर कह रहे हैं सर ये इतने मुश्किल के बीच में आप मोटिवेशन का बचा के कैसे रखते हो?
देखिए finally you are working for people, your colleagues, right? And if you're senior in the organization, it is your responsibility to lead. So you have to be motivated. There's no choice. You cannot lead unless you are yourself motivated. Then you should step aside and let somebody else lead. There is no choice.
Good.
जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ एक और चीज बोलता हूँ मैं कि in the beginning the company belongs to you. Then as employees join, you give ESOP, you take investment, the company no longer belongs to you alone. Right? अब सबका साथ और सबका विकास. Yeah. And finally, when you go public, a public interest आ गया. Now you belong to the company.
So ये जो एक analogy आपने दिया ना कि मतलब it's like in a typical family, the girl stays in the mother's home and then or the parents' home, and then you marry, go, and then still keep creating goods. You know, so you need to translate between these stages while creating value.
What transition, sir? If you are conscious of your responsibilities and your goal and your mission, and aware of the people around you and what the expectations are, वो अपने आप हो जाता है. You don't have to think too much about it.
So yeah,
you just have to commit yourself कि ये मैराथन है, ये 100-meter sprint नहीं है, और आप मैराथन दौड़ रहे हो.
True. Wonderful, sir. Sir, मैं बीच में एक सेशन हमारा इस वेबिनार सीरीज में देख रहा था and somebody quoted something called Big Chandani rule of success. You know, would you like to highlight a little bit on that?
Well, I saw the slide that you had referred to. So what I also say is that, look, successful entrepreneurs, I think you have to be humble enough to understand that at least a part of your success, a large part of your success is because of other people, because you also got lucky, right? Now, if you're very lucky, you will get lucky in 5 years. If you're moderately lucky, you'll get lucky in 10 years. And if you're very unlucky, you'll get lucky in 15 years. But the lesson is what I said earlier, persistence and resilience. Keep at it, lage raho. अच्छे दिन आएंगे.
Wonderful. So, sir, हम लोग गुजरात में कोशिश काफी कर रहे हैं और गुजरात गवर्नमेंट की भी काफी सपोर्ट है, प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स की भी काफी एंगेजमेंट्स हैं. So, what do you think certain stages that every ecosystem need to take care, because you have been involved strongly in ecosystem building measures? क्या-क्या चीजें सही करना चाहिए शुरुआती में?
So, look, I don't know what the situation is today. I'm not in touch. But if I remember 20, 30 years ago, there were a lot of engineering colleges in South India. I seem to recall there weren't that many engineering colleges in Gujarat. Now, I do not know how many engineering colleges there are in Gujarat as compared to the states of South India. But if you invest enough in technology education, right, you will produce enough technology entrepreneurs as a state, right? And maybe now there are enough engineering colleges, and that's a good thing. I do not know.
We have more than 200 degree colleges and around 100 odd polytechnics.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's still not like Karnataka.
Yeah,
but it's pretty good. Yeah. Right, and it's way more than they were 30 years ago when I was studying there.
Yeah.
So I think the future of entrepreneurship in many cases is going to be linked to technology. Right? जो disruptive businesses आएंगे, काफी हद तक टेक्नोलॉजी से आएंगे. And by technology, I don't just mean information technology and software. I mean software, I mean hardware, I mean electronics, I mean biotechnology, I mean nanotechnology, I mean a whole lot of technologies, right? So I think substantial investment in science and technology colleges in Gujarat, coupled with adequate investment in liberal arts and humanities. तो जो blend होता है वो बहुत important होता है of both. तो स्टीव जॉब्स का बहुत फेमस कोट है that I stand at the crossroads of technology and humanities. That is why I can produce the products I do.
True.
तो दोनों चाहिए.
And I think
Gujarat traditionally 30 years ago was regarded more as a BCom is the standard graduation. तो सब करते हैं. I think it's great, but I think humanities, social science, and technology is also important.
True. In fact, I think now I can correlate when you were the founding trustee of Osaka University to create a university of liberal arts of its kind. That was much needed because not everybody wants to be or should be an engineer or doctor. You can still be a very good humanities student.
No, it's like this. You see, if you go to America, engineering is a professional degree. Those who study engineering work as engineers. Right? Like medicine is a professional degree. Those who study medicine by and large work as doctors. You've been trained for a particular profession. But in India, people study engineering because herd mentality, parents, label, and then they go and work as something else. So those people not really interested in engineering, we felt should have an option.
Wonderful. Sir, one question I can pick from the audience, it says that you rightly mentioned sometimes good mentors plays a very vital role. From the starter's perspective, the question is, how do you know this the सामने वाला जो mentor है वो सही में value create करेगा, वो मतलब how to find it out?
देखिए, आप किसी से जब बात करते हैं for advice, आप उससे शादी नहीं कर रहे. You can do one meeting, move on. Now, I never had one role model, but I learned so many things from 100 different people. Right? So you should seek the good in everybody and say, what can I learn from this person? And if you find that your interactions and mentoring, don't complicate it, but the complicated word like mentoring.
Yeah.
You are meeting somebody to shoot the breeze here. Have a discussion.
Yeah.
That's it. और कुछ निकल आए. अब who knows idea कहाँ से आते हैं? So I had a boss in my first job who in 1986 told me, before I joined Amazon, he said, one day you should start a business where you have data in a computer and people are accessing it from all over the world. उस समय there was no internet, कोई कल्पना नहीं की थी. But उसको पता नहीं कैसे idea आ गया कि in the future computers will talk to each other, and in the future one computer will store information and people will access it all over the world. कहीं पढ़ा होगा उन्होंने. But I still remember this. This is 1986. He told me this. We launched Naukri 11 years later. There was no internet in 1986. There was no computer networks in India in 1986.
Wonderful. So I think you gave us the recipes of how things evolve, both from a cultural standpoint, a structural standpoint, and also the philosophy behind getting it. One more question I'll pick from audience. Somebody is saying, how do you know that we now transit from a revenue model from customer to investment from investor? So how do you know that transition कि अब वक्त आ गया है कि अब customer से हम थोड़ा VC fund की तरफ चले जाएं?
नहीं, देखिए, you must never leave the customer. The customer you must stay with. But if your model has been proven, then I know this is my model. I can remain small and profitable if I don't take venture capital. But if I take venture capital, I can scale this profitable model up. So ideally, you should take growth capital after having validated the model.
So this is very important that once you validate the model, your customers are repeated customers, the cash flow is good, and you figured out that unit economics is somehow decent, probably that's the moment you go and scale.
Yes, and you take capital for scaling.
Capital for scaling, because that's, and
you can take small capital for experimentation.
True.
Seed capital, friends and family round. I'm still experimenting. But एक बारी थोड़ा clarity आ जाए, then take larger capital and say now I will scale.
Wonderful. तो ये जो आपने कहा कि मतलब no amount of money is right amount. It is something that you need to figure out, right?
Correct.
And that's quite important. And probably it's like कितना खाने से आपकी पेट भरेगा, ये आपकी आदत से आती है, experience से आती है.
Well, it depends on how large your stomach is. It depends भूख कितनी है.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're going to do with the energy you get after you eat.
Yeah. खाने के बाद सोने जा रहे हैं या काम करने जा रहे हैं, ये भी मैटर करता है.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I think you really gave a wonderful analogy that, and that's very important. Many often, today, Sanjeev ji, the problem is we look for page 3 stories of investment and zeros and dollars, and then get seduced about कि यार उसको इतना मिला तो मेरे को मिलना चाहिए. That kind of metrics should not be the only metrics to success.
No, I agree. देखिए, one thing I tell youngsters is that you pursue an idea which you believe that you don't mind doing for the rest of your life, even if you are not financially very successful. Because that's the only time that you will keep at it for 8-10 years, which is essential to success. Yeah, I love the work, right? And also see, all stories that are told are about successes.
Yeah.
Very few. I mean, you called me here because I was successful, or you think I'm successful, right? But you don't call the failures here. Failures may not even want to come and talk about it. But I'll tell you a little story. So in 1985-86, I was working in Bombay. Before I came to Ahmedabad, after my college, I was working in Bombay. I was staying in a paying guest in Bandra Khar, Bandra West. So there were 3-4 flatmates who were staying together. So we used to go out for dinner to a local restaurant, right? And we used to start talking to the waiters there. And they would tell us, and almost all the waiters there were aspiring actors in the film industry. And they were young and said, "Sir, I struggle कर रहा हूँ, बहुत बढ़िया struggle कर रहा हूँ, sir. कुछ तो कुछ हो जाएगा, sir." Right? And then we sat and talked. And I concluded, boss, Bombay में उस समय कम से कम 10,000 waiter होंगे who must be trying to become film stars. अमिताभ बच्चन एक बनता है. What happens to all the others? We have a survivorship bias. So, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you should want to be an entrepreneur not for the final fruit, but because you love the work and you love what you're trying to do. And that's when actually you may become successful.
Wonderful. So you rightly mentioned that not the end achievement, but अगर आपको process में मजा आ रहा है, आपको उस problem को solve करने में kick मिल रहा है, तो कहीं ना कहीं that should be your cause of starting something.
Yes.
So I heard a quote some time back in a session. They say that when your hobby start making money, that's the real startup is.
Absolutely.
Because then you enjoy and then you get paid for.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Sir, अभी पिछले 10 साल में कम से कम, particularly Bangalore and other ecosystem and Thrive, a lot of venture capital funds from global dynamics are now coming in and looking for enterprise to invest in. And there are sometimes people are heard of saying there is more money than you can digest, right? So ऐसी situation में एक investor का bias रहता है कि मुझे मेरा पैसा return चाहिए. So I will look for a business model which has been validated somewhere else. So if you have something or Indianize something, let us do. ऐसी context में Indian model of startups का Indian problem को solve करके कोई innovation बन रहा है, उसको भी VC funds की traction मिलता है?
See, what we believe is that if your idea has come from a customer insight of an unsolved problem, it's much more likely to succeed than just copying something from the West. So, if an entrepreneur tells me and asks me idea कहाँ से है, I say, boss, अमेरिका में चले, तो यहाँ चलेगा, शायद चलेगा, पर हम invest नहीं करेंगे. So some customer insight, and therefore, by definition, if you're getting insights from local customers, you are an Indian model, sir.
Wonderful. So I think you rightly mentioned that sometimes accepting failure is such an important thing. And I see, I met a young entrepreneur from Ahmedabad a year before. He was working with our center. I think you were the first investor who gave him money. It was Mikul Patel, who was working on mental health. And then one day he says, sir, nahi chal raha business model, but then I will try something. So I think आप जैसे लोग ऐसे यंग लोगों को जो शुरू में जो विश्वास करके शुरू की जो जोखिम राशि रिस्क फंड देते हैं कहीं ना कहीं वो इकोसिस्टम के लिए ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है rather than वो सक्सेस मनी जो है.
Even that experience is useful because you learn something.
Right.
You see, we would not have succeeded if we had not done the first 7 years of drifting.
Right.
If I had not done the first 3 years of bootstrapping after launching Naukri.
Right.
If we had not waited 10 years for venture capital. जो कामयाबी हमें बाद में मिली उसकी नींव पहले 10 साल में लगाई गई थी. So somewhere this boy, will benefit from this.
True.
1-2 years of
he
time.
started something called Moor Cafe in Ahmedabad. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Somewhere he'll benefit. That was also experience. That was learning experience. And I don't think I directly funded him. I may have funded the Mavericks program.
Yeah. You funded it through Maverick programs in Ahmedabad.
Yeah. So that's right.
Wonderful. No, but that acceptability is quite important, sir. Young people experimenting at the age of 23 and somebody putting a onus that go and play around and just put a couple of years your active life into. I think that's very important because as you mentioned, we get that kick and formula of business model once we experiment.
I agree. If you don't experiment, you will not learn.
True. So that comes to the point that probably you mentioned rightly in the ecosystem building is you should keep on experimenting, and that you did in TIE and other platforms.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. Good, sir. So, sir, it was a real toast to have you today and learn so much of formulas and so much of philosophy behind how to make successful enterprises. We got more than 50 questions, but I picked up very few of them. But I must say, all the people who have listened to you, it might be a game-changing hour to interact with you, learn from you, and the inspiration that we derive from you personally, how to be persistent, have perseverance, keep chasing the dream. Don't think that 7-8 years is a waste. You may get a achhe din some point of time, and even if not achhe din, that achhe experience translates into some assets, and those are very, very important guidance that we got.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining today, and thank you all 200 plus startups who listen to us. Some queries are left out, sir, but then I will summarize and write a blog, and maybe you can comment on that.
No problem.
And we'll share this knowledge. I must assure on behalf of Government of Gujarat, the hour that you invested on us to share your ideas, it will be giving compound interest in terms of creating a ripple in the ecosystem. And your insights comes from a very deeper experience of building own successful journey and also helping others. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us today, finding out time in the afternoon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling me. Bye-bye.